Okay, section 1.7 is actually usually broken into 2 days, but we're just going to do the notes today on both days. It's on absolute value equations and then absolute value inequalities. So we'll start with absolute value. And some of you may have seen this before. The absolute value is the distance a number is from 0 on a number line. So think of like a number line, here's 0. The absolute value of 2 is 2 because it's 1, 2 away from 0. The absolute value of -3 is 3 because it's 1, 2, 3 away from 0. So that's how we determine the absolute value. It's a distance from 0. And how we write that is we put these like straight lines around it, those kind of bracket type lines. So it's written as that, and we read that as the absolute value of x. Okay, so for an example, the absolute value of 7 is 7 because it would be 7 to the right of 0 on a number line. And like we said up here in the green, the absolute value of -3 is 3 because it's 3 to the left. So distance is never negative. So like if you were to walk from 0 to -3, it'd be 1, 2, 3 steps down that line. Then the absolute value of 0 is 0. So notice the absolute value is always a non-negative answer. So it's going to be positive or 0. Okay. So solving an absolute value equation, steps to follow. First, we write it as two linear equations, and we're going to use it or statement in between there. Okay, and then second, we're going to solve both equations. So in the first one, we have the absolute value of 4x plus 3 equals 11. So the absolute value means the distance from 0. So if I am at 0, so if the distance from 0 is 11, that means we can go 11 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and you'd be at positive 11, or go 11 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if I said that you're 11 away from 0, you would either be at positive 11 or negative 11. Okay? So what we're going to do is take that expression in the absolute value and write down two equations. 4x plus 3 equals 11, or 4x plus 3 equals negative 11. Because we either go to the right 11 or to the left 11. So if you go left, it's going to equal negative 11. If you go to the right, it will equal positive 11. And then we solve this equation. So if we're solving, you'd minus 3, and you would get 4x equals 8, and then divide by 4 to get x equals 2. All right, on the other side, it's still minus 3 to get 4x equals negative 14, and then divide by 4 to get x equals negative 14 over 4, which would be negative 3.5. So the answer is x could equal 2 or x equals negative 3.5. So it says check your answer. You can just do this with your calculator. So you take your calculator and you would type in 4 times 2 plus 3. So 4 times 2 is negative 8 plus, all right, I have the, it should be positive 2. 4 times positive 2 is 8, so it'd be 8 plus 3, and 8 plus 3 is 11. The absolute value of 11 is 11. And then do the same thing for negative 3.5. You would do 4 times negative 3.5 plus 3. And 4 times negative 3.5 is negative 14. And negative 14 plus 3 is negative 11. And the absolute value of negative 11 is 11. So both of those answers will work. Okay, and then this check part you would just do on your calculator. So let's zoom in and do number 2. So for number 2, we have x plus 7 equals negative 9. So either x plus 7 equals negative 9, or x plus 7 equals 9. And we're going to solve this and see what we get. So x equals negative 16, or x equals 2. And now let's check. Let's plug this in. Taking this equation from above, it would be the absolute value of negative 16 plus 7 equals negative 9. What's the absolute value? What is negative 16 plus 7? It'd be negative 9. And what is the absolute value of negative 9? The absolute value of negative 9 is positive 9. So does 9 equal negative 9? The answer is no. And the reason why is because of this number here. Absolute values can't be equal to a negative. So the answer is no solution. So if they ever equal a negative, the answer is no solution.